Hello friends. So we are into the last, that is the 8th part of the chapter, the fundamental unit of life for 9th standard science. Well, up till now in the entire chapter we have discussed about the cell, how the cell was mainly discovered. Then we went on into the layers of the typical cell, that is the 3 major parts, the plasma membrane, cytoplasm and the heart of the cell, that is the nucleus. We also described the outermost layer of the plasma membrane, that is the cell wall. Then we went on into the internal part of the cytoplasm with a lot of organelles, that is the endoplasmic reticulum, Golgi body, and in the last class we have discussed very well about the mitochondria and the lysosomes also. Fine. So today in the last class we will go for 2 more major organs. The first one is the plastids. Now plastids are such kind of organelles which are exclusively found in case of only plants. And as in relation to the mitochondria we have seen exactly in the similar way, these plastids they also have their own DNA and ribosomes. Now there are 3 major types of the plastids: the chloroplast, the chromoplast and the leucoplast. Now chloroplasts they are basically green in color because they have one very important pigment, that is a color giving substance that is present inside them, that is said to be the chlorophyll. And because of the presence of these chloroplasts, the leaves are mainly green in color. Fine. The second one, that is the chromoplast. They are mainly responsible for giving the color to various sorts of fruits and flowers. And last but not the least, the leucoplast. They do not give any sort of color, but they are exclusively responsible for the purpose of storage of various sorts of starch and the fatty substances. Moving on into the structure, here we will focus only on the structure of the chloroplast. Now the structure of a chloroplast, it basically consists of the 2 major regions, the stroma and the grana. Stroma is the space which is present inside it, and the grana, which is nothing but a pile of coins. Here we can see very well the pile of coins, and each coin is known as the thylakoid. And the connection of these grana is basically done by the lamellae system. Fine. So that is the thing about the plastids. Moving on into the last organelle, that is the vacuoles. One specific name for the vacuoles is that they are said to be the storage sac. Sac means a bag-like structure. So they are responsible for the storage of various sorts of substances. Fine. They are of 2 major kinds, that is in animals as well as in case of the plants. In animals they are very much small in size because their role is not very much designated. But in case of the plants they are large in size, around about they occupy 50 to 90% of the space of the cell. So in plants they are made up of a large amount of cell sap. Sap means the fluid of the cell. So inside the vacuoles they have a huge amount of fluid, and that fluid which is present inside the vacuoles, that is said to be the tonoplasm, and the membrane of the vacuole is said to be the tonoplast. So therefore in case of the plants, these vacuoles are responsible for maintaining the turgidity and for the purpose of storage. Ultimately it gives a proper shape and size to a typical cell. But in case of the animals, that is in case of amoeba, there is a specialized vacuole for the purpose of digestion, for the purpose of storage also, and that is said to be a food web. So that's all from this chapter, that is the fundamental unit of life for 9th standard science. Thank you very much.